In this video, I will demonstrate how to make a parameter query. Remember that this type of query prompts you for input at the moment that you run it. This gives you maximum flexibility with your query design. In this example, we will build a query that has just 3 fields: the name of the animal, the species, and the extra comments about the animal. We'll design this so that when the query is run, the user will be prompted to specify what species is desired in the results. I'll click the Create tab. I'll click the Query Design button. This opens the Query Design screen and also a small window that allows me to identify what table is going to be used. Many databases have multiple tables, but we have just one, so the selection is easy. I'll click Add and then Close to get that window out of the way. Remember, in the design screen, I see my table, the source of my data above, the design grid where I specify my needs is down below. I'll add the 3 fields that I want by double-clicking on them: the name, the species, and the extra comments. Now all 3 fields have been identified to be part of this query. Now I just need to give the parameter instruction. I must put it in the criteria row of the pertinent field. So in this case, that's the species field. I must surround my criteria with square brackets. This is what tells Access to make this a prompt. Now I can type any prompt that makes sense. I'll type a left square bracket, and I'll type, "What species do you want?" Question mark, and then I close the square bracket. I'll make this a little wider so you can see it better. I have my prompt that I want the user to receive when they run the query, and that prompt is surrounded by square brackets. Not parentheses, not curly brackets, square brackets. Let's see what happens when this is run. I'll click the Run button on the ribbon. Look, there's my prompt. What species do you want? Well, I'll type in cat, and then I'll click OK. And there's my results. I have just 2 animals in my database right now that are cats. So I was able to decide at runtime what kind of animal I wanted. Let's try that again. I'll go back to Design View. I'll click Run again. There's my prompt, and this time I'll type dog, and I'll click OK. And there are different results based on the input I gave in response to my prompt. At this point, I'm going to save my query. I will click the Quick Access menu's Save button, and a small window comes up asking me for a name, and I will type this name as Species Prompted, and then I'll click OK. Notice now that I have a new query saved over here. I don't have to redefine this query. I'll close these particular results, and anytime I run this query, I get prompted first. RABBIT will look for a rabbit. Click OK, and there's a rabbit. So anytime I run this query, I can decide what kind of species I need in my results. And this is a parameter query. I'll close it again.